It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to talk about our favorite subject here on this channel. You know, you guys know it's always an occasion when I talk about Canelo Alvarez, but this is going to be a bit more of a... I'm not going to be negative or anything like that. It's really just, I'm talking about facts and what's going on with him right now. So, a couple of things I wanted to address with Canelo Alvarez. You know, he's preparing for the big fight with one of the best practitioners of the sweet science today in the sport, main man Dmitry Bivol. Gonna be a good fight. Can't wait for it. Gonna be a good one. You know, and I think Canelo, I find it interesting. He somehow found Alexander Vazdik. I don't know what we haven't seen or heard or just anything from Alexander Vazdik since Arta Beterbiev put a beat down on him a couple years ago when they were fighting for the unified titles. He retired unexpectedly, just retired from the sport, left the sport. Now he's sparring Canelo Alvarez. So listen, I don't know what Canelo Alvarez pays these sparring partners, but my natural inclination would be to believe that he paid Vazdik some good money to be sparring with him. So I think it's good. I think Vazdik is definitely great work. You know, he's someone that will help get him prepared for Bivol, because this is a guy in Vazdik that was light heavyweight champion. You know, top flight Olympian. You know, this is a guy that I once upon a time thought would be the guy at light heavyweight. So it's kind of weird to see him be a sparring partner. But you know, hey, I'm gonna assume that either A, he's gonna make a return to the sport real soon, or B, Canelo just threw money at him that he couldn't refuse, and he said, you know what, it's time to dust off the boxing gloves and be a sparring partner for a little bit. So yeah, you know, Canelo Alvarez is preparing for that long rangy, you know, style where the guys throw really sharp, precise punches, have athleticism, and boot can dart it and dart out quickly. You know, Vazdik had a little bit of that style when he was fighting. It is a shame that he retired, because I always thought that was a guy. I wanted to see Bivol fight him at one point, you know, but it is what it is. I think it's good work for him. Now, there's so many things going on with Canelo that this might be a longer video, but you know, also Canelo Alvarez has apparently gone vegan for this fight. He's following a strict vegan diet where he's going to be you know, eating vegan for the fight. Now, I have a bit of a strong opinion on this. It might even be a little bit of an ignorant one, because I don't know a lot about vegan food. But from my experience, all right, most of the time, not all the time, because there are exceptions to rules, but athletes, a lot of the athletes that I know that have been vegan or have vegan diets, it don't normally work out well for them. Like, for example, one of my favorite athletes, period, and my favorite tennis player is Novak Djokovic. You know, the best tennis player in the world, and the best, I don't care nobody says, the best tennis player of all time. Djokovic, and a lot of times, in my opinion, has become very injury prone because he's vegan. Because you know, when you 100% eliminate red meats from your diet, you do lose some iron, and you do lose a little bit of protein. That's what I've seen. Now, I know people will try to rationalize being vegan, but I just don't. For me, I don't think being a vegan and an elite, high-level athlete, high-level performer mixes. If we go to boxing, right? Timothy Bradley was a vegan for a large portion of his career. He was vegan, but Timothy Bradley didn't have no punching power. He looked like he looked at his body, and you didn't know anything about boxing. You would think by his body he'd be knocking everybody out. That wasn't the case. He couldn't punch his way through a wet paper bag. Wasn't really known for his punching power. Same thing goes for like Bryant Bye Jennings. You know, a guy that looks great, athletic, cut up like a bag of dope, but he didn't have no punching power either. Like not no big time elite punching power. I feel like these guys would have had more punching power if they didn't 100% eliminate the red meat from the diet. You know, so so as far as Canelo's concerned, like Canelo is a high level performer. high-level athlete, one of the highest-level athletes in the world. And he's gone vegan for this fight. So that to me, that's like an extra layer. That's an extra layer of, that adds extra layer of intrigue to the fight because, you know, I have my theories on athletes of Canelo's caliber and Novak Djokovic's caliber being vegans. But this is a contact sport, boxing, so I feel like you need that extra bit of iron and protein that you get from like red meats. So, you know, that's what it is. And, you know, on top of that, he's been looking a little bit, obviously he's going to look bigger. Some people have been making jokes saying he looks kind of fat, but, you know, it is something to look at because, for example, right, when he fought Kovalev, he was a little bit younger, so I feel like maybe it would have been easier to pack on the weight. You know, then he went back down, campaigned at 68 for a couple of years. Now he's coming up after maybe becoming a little bit more bigger. But I don't know. It just looks, it's early in camp, so I don't want to judge, but he does look a little bit, you know, fatter on the sides, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how it goes with him being vegan. And then last but not least, as far as with Canelo, Eddie Hearn came out recently and said that when they were negotiating the fight, that Canelo Alvarez had the option for catch weights and a rehydration clause, which is something that a lot of his detractors, such as myself, criticize him for. Eddie Hearn went out and said that Canelo Alvarez is not going to be fighting this fight with a catch weight, with a rehydration clause, or anything like that. Now I reserve my judgments until after the fight because we've gone down this road before. When he fought Kovalev, they said the same thing. Golden Boy said the same thing. And then when after the fight took place, it came out there was a catch weight and a rehydration clause, or not a rehydration clause, not a catch weight, but a rehydration clause. So listen, if it's gonna be a straight up fight for the WBA light heavyweight championship of the world with no funny business, then again, I've said it many times, Canelo deserves the utmost respect because Dmitry Bivol is not an easy fight. A lot of people aren't as gassed on Bivol because maybe Bivol don't run his mouth the most. Maybe Bivol, they can say, has a boring personality. Maybe they can pull up BoxRec and say that Bivol hasn't had a knockout in 6 fights. But the reality is, Bivol doesn't have to get knockouts to beat you. I think he will in this case because, you know, the powers that be, there's so much money invested in Canelo Alvarez. I think this is a fight that will call for him to at least get a knockdown. To give himself a chance to win, he will at least have to have a knockdown of Canelo Alvarez. And to my knowledge, I don't think Canelo's ever had been dropped. So, because he's got a great chin, you know. So with that being said, just a lot of interesting storylines with Canelo going into this fight. You know, training with Vosdick, the vegan diet, all of a sudden, and now you got him saying, Eddie Hearn saying that there will be no funny business for this fight, which is kind of crazy, right? Because like, you most of the time never have to hear a promoter like have to come out and say, well, it's not for a catch weight. It's not a rehydration clause, so let's give him credit. But like, it kind of goes to show you like how much funny business there has been in Canelo's career. You know, for the Canelo fans out there that don't like me saying that, it's the truth. If you got to come out and staunchly defend the fight not being at a certain weight below the weight limit or a rehydration clause, if you got to come out and defend that, it means that there has been history of that in the past. You know, but hey, we can all improve and get better in life, and you know, hopefully. They're telling the truth, you know, and I want to believe them. I want to be optimistic. It does me no, it really does me no good to hate on Canelo Alvarez. You know, I'm not like some of these other channels that are either like they hate Canelo and they build their whole channel off hating Canelo, or they love Canelo and they build their whole channel off loving on Canelo. Yeah, I don't like Canelo because of the Android stuff, but you know. It really does. It hasn't done me great to hate on Canelo, so to speak. So that's the news. Canelo Alvarez getting ready for the big fight with Bivol. Should be a good one. I'll definitely be talking about it more as we get closer and closer and closer. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think about Canelo versus Bivol? Canelo being a vegan. Canelo sparring with Alexander Vosdick. Eddie Hearn saying that there's not going to be no catch weights or rehydration clauses. Let me know about all that in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.